Hello, and welcome to the 8th part of the SWORD ITS Best Practice Pattern series. In this part, we'll be looking at coding standards in Power BI. Coding standards, as a principle, are there to support consistency and maintainability. This also applies to Power BI. In this article, we will touch on Power Query, data modeling, and DAX standards. Coding standards in Power BI are supported by external tools that supplement the Power BI experience. Power Query. This is an engine to import and transform data to be used in the Power BI report. The interface connects to multiple types of data sources, for example, SQL Server, Power BI datasets, Excel, and web services. The engine is available in many products and services, so may be familiar. Data modeling. This view shows the tables, columns, and the relationships between them in a graphical format. In this view, you can see how the tables relate to each other, one-to-one, one-to-many, etc., and how the data will be filtered, single and bidirectional cross-joins. DAX standards. DAX is the expression language that uses functions, operators, and variables to perform complex calculations. DAX is used to create measures and calculated columns in the data model. What are implicit and explicit measures? Implicit measures are measures that Power BI creates from the model and will be summarized when you use them on a report. They are helpful, but have downsides and can give unexpected results. Explicit measures are more flexible and reusable as you use DAX to create base measures that can be used to support more complex calculations. The example below can be used in many other measures, for example, calculation gross margin, year on year, etc. If background logic needs to be changed, it only needs to be changed in the base measure. Here are some rules for creating explicit DAX measures. Measures should have a name that is descriptive and understandable to the users of the report. Never use table names in the name of an explicit measure. When creating a measure, especially if the DAX for the calculations is complex or working on a large table of values, variables should be used. This will allow for individual parts of the measure to be checked in cases of troubleshooting incorrect results, and it will also improve the readability of the code. Variables within DAX improve the performance of the DAX as they are evaluated only once but can be used multiple times within the measure. Although this presentation describes DAX measures in the Power BI report, consideration should be given as to where the best place to create the measures would be. As a principle, if the measures can be created in the modern data platform, then they should be created there instead of the Power BI model. Thank you for listening, and please look out for our next best practice pattern coming soon.